Welcome back, everybody, to For the Sake of the Parlay. Today is May 18th, 2026, and what we're going to do is review yesterday's Parlay of the Day with our alternate line suggestions and give you today's Parlay of the Day with the alternate line suggestions, all right? So let's get right into it. But before we get into today's video, let me tell you why you should subscribe right now. We are PPCs here, all right? And PPCs are professional parlay creators. Parlays is what y'all want, and parlays is exactly what you're going to get here. We specialize in A-leg parlays, and we do this full time. We're giving you parlays consisting of all types of bets, including player props, totals, and spreads across all major sports. Next, this is a collaborative channel consisting of two people. We are lucky to have two PPCs in this channel, and the architect and the voice. Obviously, I'm the voice, but the architect is really the one doing a lot of the planning, designing, and managing throughout the parlay making process. Without the architect, there would be no channel or none of these parlays. Lastly, and most importantly, we are giving you free daily content with picks and receipts. This is our 42nd day in a row of posting parlays with reviews. We are showing you our actual betting slips and the results. We're going to keep showing you the results and posting these parlays because we don't get tired like Kevin Gates, and we ain't never scared like Bone Crusher. We ain't new to this, we true to this, y'all. And y'all know y'all doing the same damn thing as us every day, so you might as well smash that like and subscribe button and do it for the sake of the parlay. So let's start with our review from yesterday, May 17th, 2026. And while these reviews are important, they're going to be very helpful next time you make a bet. And also, we are different than other channels. Other channels are giving y'all picks and no reviews. We're giving you the reviews because they are going to help you. Yesterday, we wound up going 3 out of 6 picks. All right, and another close parlay. And just to remind y'all can tail our parlay or choose our individual picks, okay? Because we are doing parlays here. However, we do have good individual picks within our parlays. And lastly, we are still grinding and improving our betting, and we're going to continue to do that as we are still in the search for our first win. But here are the results from yesterday. First, we were right about the over 4.5 team runs for the LA Dodgers against the Angels. And then we were right on Caitlin Clark recording 20 plus points. Then we were also right about Rafael Devers, our man, recording a hit. We were wrong about Tobias Harris recording 6 plus rebounds. And then in our 2-pick same game parlay, we were wrong about Julio Rodriguez and Randy Rosarena combining for 2 hits. They did not. And also we were wrong about the under 8.5 in the Padres and Mariners game. The first bet we were right about was the over 4.5 team total runs for the Dodgers against the Angels. And the Dodgers wound up winning 10-1. So they definitely covered our bet. And as you can see here, they got off to a good start, scoring 2 runs in the second inning. And then they cleared our bet in the 4th inning and then had 3 more runs to add on to the total in the 9th inning. And Shohei Ohtani and Kyle Tucker both went 3 for 5. Ohtani had 2 RBIs with 1 run, and Tucker had 3 RBIs with 2 runs. So that's 8 runs from 2 players right there. So that was really, really good for our bet. And as you can see, all the runs the Dodgers scored here. And like I said, our bet was good in the 4th inning. And all the runs after that were just icing on the cake. We needed them to get 5, and they got 5 in the 4th inning and went green for us. Next, we were right about Caitlin Clark of the Fever recording 20 plus points against the Seattle Storm. And this one was very interesting as Caitlin Clark did score 21, so she went green for us. However, Caitlin Clark scored 17 at half, okay? Now, she only wound up scoring 2 points in the 3rd quarter as she was approaching a triple-double, but we didn't care. We just needed her to come through and score for us. And she wound up scoring 2 points early in the 4th quarter to score her 21st point. However, this was very, very interesting as she only scored 21 points and scored 4 points total in the second half after scoring 17 in the first half. But regardless, she came through for us and she went green. Next, we took our man Rafael Devers to record a hit against the Athletics, and he most definitely did as the Giants won 10-1. And Rafael Devers ended the game with 1 hit, going 1 for 5, and he came through for his team and he came through for us. In the 8th inning, Devers singled to center, and Arias scored on a fielding error by the fielder Butler, and Bader scored. So Devers got a hit and an RBI. He most definitely came through for us like we knew he would. He's on the list for a reason, and we could have took him for a hit, run, and RBI because he got a hit and an RBI in 1 swing of the bat. Next, we were wrong about Tobias Harris recording 6 plus rebounds, and Tobias Harris wound up finishing the game with 5 rebounds after playing 23 minutes and finished with 5 points. But what was very interesting is he had 3 rebounds at half and played 15 minutes, and then he only wound up playing 7 more minutes in the whole game and he got 2 more rebounds and finished with 5. And what's extra messed up is it seemed like the Pistons rotation was messed up, because why does somebody like Tobias Harris only play 7 minutes? But anyway, they got blown out by 31. They lost 125-94, and the Pistons are going home. So we won't be able to bet on the Pistons anymore and not Tobias Harris the next season. But yes, their coaches and the rotation really fucked this one up for us. He only played 7 minutes, and if he would have played more minutes, he would have got 1 more rebound for us. Lastly, in a 2-pick same game parlay, Julio Rodriguez and Randy Rosarena most definitely did not get 2+ hits, and the game did not go under 8.5 runs in this Padres and Seattle Mariners game. So the Padres wound up winning 8-3, so that's 11 runs, and that is way more than our 8.5 runs in our bet. But what's really interesting here is, as you can see, our bet was really good up until the 6th inning, and there was 8 runs scored total in that 6th inning. Now, Kirby wound up giving up 4 extra base hits to the Padres at the top of the 6th inning, and then Giolito wound up giving up 4 walks in a row. All right, so that combined was terrible for our bet, and that's the reason why there was 5 runs scored at the top of the 6th and then 3 runs scored at the bottom of the 6th. Also, Julio Rodriguez and Randy Rosarena both combined to go 0-for-6. So we definitely did not get 2 hits combined from the both of them, because they both went 0-for-3 for the game. But the true story of this game was Gavin Sheets. He went 3-for-3, had 2 home runs, and he had a really good game. The pitching staff for the Padres did well, as they only gave up 3 earned runs, but the Mariners gave up 8 earned runs, and Kirby gave up 6 himself, and then 1 each by 2 bullpen pitchers. And as you can see here, Sheets had a very good game. He homered his first 2 at-bats and then had a double in the game in the 7th inning. And what really hurt was Rosarena. He got an RBI, but he did not get a hit in the 6th inning, as he hit a sacrifice fly in the 6th inning to score a run, but he couldn't record a hit. All right, let's take a look at our alternate line suggestions from yesterday, May 17th, 2026. First, we recommended taking the over 3.5 team total runs for the Dodgers. They wound up scoring 10 runs, so our bet of over 4.5 runs and our parlay of the day hit, as well as our suggested line, obviously, of 3.5 runs. Next, we took Caitlin Clark to record over 18 points, and this one was very close, as she had 17 in the first half and then only scored 4 points the rest of the game, so that over 18 was good. But yeah, it was very weird how she only scored 4 points the entire second half. And lastly, we recommended taking Tobias Harris to record over 5 rebounds, and that's exactly what he got, because we took him to get at least 6 in our parlay of the day. However, we recommended 5 on our alternate line, and that's exactly what he got, and a push is a win. So that's 3 for 3 in our alternate lines. And remember, these are the lines that can really make your parlay. You give up a little less odds, but your picks are green. All right, here's what you've been waiting for. Here's today's parlay of the day for May 18th, 2026. And just remember, we specialize in giving you that octopus. That octopus is that 8-leg parlay. We bring it back today. That parlay is that raw parlay ticket, and we are finally going to turn it into some calamari, y'all. We're going to have a channel win, and it's going to be beautiful. But here's today's play. All right, and shout out to the architect for putting this parlay together. We're going to turn the $6 in about 500, all right? And we're going to start with the over 9 in the Toronto Blue Jays at New York Yankees game. Then we're going to take the over 9 in the San Francisco Giants at Arizona Diamondbacks game. Then we're going to take the under 9.5 for the Texas Rangers at Colorado Rockies game. Then we're going to take the Rays on the money line against the Baltimore Orioles. Then we're going to take a 2-pick same game parlay. We're going to take the over 220.5 in the San Antonio Spurs and OKC game. And we're going to take also Julian Champagne to record 2+ threes. And next, we're going to take another 2-pick same game parlay. We're going to take the Canadians on the plus 1.5 puck line. And then we're going to take a over 5.5 goals for the game. All right, first we like this over 9 runs in the Toronto Blue Jays at New York Yankees game. We like this because the Yankees have one of the best offenses in the MLB. All right, so they get on base a lot and they hit a lot for extra base hits, so that's really good. Also, one of my biggest reasons is Patrick Corbin is due for some regression. He's off to actually okay start this year, but I think he's not very good at all, and he's going to get blown up here today at Yankee Stadium. Also, Guerrero on the Blue Jays, he has a very good matchup against left-handed pitcher Weathers, and Patrick Corbin's left-handed, Weathers is left-handed. A lot of people are going to be getting a lot of hits off both of these guys today. And then lastly, Yankee Stadium is a hitter's park, and it's going to be about 80 degrees. All right, so this is perfect home run, fly ball weather, and we expect this to go over 9 runs and go green for us in the first leg of our parlay. All right, next we like the over 9 runs in the San Francisco Giants at Arizona Diamondbacks game. And we like this because both offenses have been hitting well lately, both for Arizona and the Giants. They've been scoring a lot of runs in their last 5 games, and we expect them to do the same today. Also, a good reason for this over is the Chase Field has a retractable roof, and that roof is going to be open today, all right? So it being open is going to expose it to the weather. That's going to be more fly balls, more home runs, more extra base hits. Also, both bullpens have been struggling. So even though both starting pitchers could pitch decently, once they leave the game, bullpens can cause more runs to happen. And lastly, Robbie Ray is good, and he's actually going up against his former team, the Diamondbacks, but Zach Gallen is struggling. Okay, he used to be really good, but he's not been doing so well so far this year. So if he does have a bad start, that's going to be very good for our over, especially when the bullpen comes in and they haven't been doing well either. So we expect this to go well over 9 runs. Next, we like the under 9.5 runs in the Texas Rangers at Colorado Rockies game. I like this because the Rangers have one of the best pitching staffs in all of baseball, okay? So they have great starting pitching, and they also have a really good bullpen. Also, the Rangers offense has been struggling so far this year against left-handed pitching, all right? And Quintana is a good left-handed pitcher. He's a good veteran pitcher, and they will struggle against him. Next, Colorado's offense is pretty bad. They have poor swing selection and a high strikeout rate. They like to chase pitches outside the zone, and they also don't do well when they have runners in scoring position. So that's very good for the under. Also, lastly, it's going to be cold weather at Coors Field. So this is not ideal baseball weather. This is going to be that pitching type of weather and not hitting weather. So we expect this to definitely go under 9.5 runs for us. All right, next we like the Tampa Bay Rays on the money line against the Baltimore Orioles. And we like this because McClanahan is elite, okay? He is the Rays ace, and he is very nice. So don't be surprised for a 10 strikeout game and low-key a no-hitter, okay? He is really that good. All right, and next, Rogers of the Orioles, who started the starting pitcher, he's getting up 40 hits in 34.1 innings, and he has a whip of 1.54, which is terrible, okay? So he's been struggling this year, and he's probably going to be giving up a lot of hits to the Rays. Next, the Orioles have a struggling bullpen, so after Rogers gets blown up, they're going to come in and continue to give up more runs. And then lastly, the Rays are 16-5 at home so far this year, so they're very strong at home. They're at the top of their division, and they should easily win this game. And also another note, my man Cedric Mullins, if he's in the lineup, pick him to get a hit. All right, he's going up against his former team, and I expect him to do very well, as this is a good revenge spot for him. But I do like the Rays to win against the Orioles on the money line and go green for us. Next, we're taking a 2-pick same game parlay. We're going to take the over 220.5 points in this Spurs versus OKC game, and then we're going to take Champagne, record 2+3s. We like the over 220.5 points in the Spurs and OKC game because both offenses are elite. OKC has averaged about 121 points a game in the playoffs, and the Spurs have averaged 116 points per game in the playoffs. All right, so if you add that up, that's about 237 right there. And then lastly, the over is hit in 6 out of the last 7 games for OKC, so that is really good. And we're expecting them to be a high-paced, high-scoring game and have this over 220.5 reach and go green for us. Next, we like Julian Champagne to record 2+3s for us, and we like this because he's averaging about 2.4 threes a game, so 2's on the lower end, and then also he's averaging about 28 minutes a game in the playoffs, so he's gonna have plenty of opportunity to get these threes. And then next, with Wemby being the best player on the Spurs, they're gonna be looking to shut Wemby down, and that's gonna leave Julian Champagne wide open, and that's what he specializes in. All right, he's been shooting about 50% in catch and shoot opportunities. All right, so when he's wide open, he's been knocking these threes down. So we expect him to get a lot of opportunity and score at least 2 threes for us to go green for us in our parlay. And lastly, we're ending our parlay with a 2-pick same game parlay. We're going to take Montreal to win on the plus 1.5 puck line against the Buffalo Sabres. And then also we're going to take the over 5.5 goals. All right, but first we like the puck line on the Sabres because Montreal has a 16-7 all-time record in game 7s, okay? So they've had 16 wins. That's not including how many close games they had in them 7 losses, okay? So we really like this puck line bet. Also, Dobes has been a more consistent goalie than the Buffalo goalies. All right, so they have a better and more consistent goaltender. Also, Buffalo is only favored because they're the home team. All right, so this game is probably pretty much a pick 'em, as this is a game 7. But we like Montreal to at least keep it close, and that's exactly what they like to do. That's their playing style. They like to keep games close. They don't usually let games get out of hand, and we don't even need them to win here. We just need them to keep it close. And with the 16-7 all-time record in game 7s, they should win. But if not, we just need them to keep it within 1 goal. And we expect this bet to go green for us. And lastly, we like the over 5.5 goals in this Montreal Canadiens and Buffalo Sabres game. And we like this because they've had some recently high-scoring games, all right? It was 11 goals scored in the last game, and then one before that, it was 9. So they're more than capable of putting some pucks in the net. And also, speaking of putting pucks in the net, Buffalo has had some inconsistencies with their goalies. So sometimes they play Lions, sometimes they play Luukkonen, and the coach has had a short leash on these goalies. Like, hey, if y'all giving up goals, we're going to take you out and put in the other guys. So they don't know who they want to start and or play. It's going to be dependent on how the game goes. And if somebody scores early, the coach is just going to make that switch. And I don't blame him for doing that. And then also, lastly, both teams have offenses with elite scorers and playmakers. So we got my man like Tage Thompson on Buffalo. If he doesn't score, he's good to get an assist, but he's going to be very active in the game and affecting the game flow. Same thing with Suzuki on Montreal. He can either score or participate in an assist for a goal. Regardless, we like this bet to go over 5.5 goals and this bet to go green in the last leg of our parlay. All right, let's take a look at our alternate line suggestions for today. This has been the best part of our channel because these lines can make your parlay. But here we go. We are recommending taking the over 4.5 goals in the Montreal Canadiens at Buffalo Sabres game 7. And we like this because we took the over 5.5. That's the posted line. But the over 4.5 is a better bet because it's one less goal. Also, the last 2 games have averaged 10 goals each, okay? So there are definitely going to be some goals scored, and it's going to be game 7. We're expecting a good, high-scoring game. Next, we're recommending taking the under 11 in the Texas and Colorado game. Now, we took the under 9.5 as we're expecting this to be a low-scoring game at Coors Field. However, the under 11 is better than the under 9, giving yourself an extra run and a half. And lastly, we like the over 7.5 as a suggested alternate line. We're taking the over 9 in our parlay of the day, but giving yourself an extra 1.5 run cushion is a good bet, as I'm definitely expecting this to be well over 9 with this game. But yes, like I said, the over 7.5 is a better bet. And yeah, those are the alternate line suggestions for today. And just remember, with our alternate line suggestions for today, a better number equals more cushion. For example, in that Toronto Blue Jays at New York Yankees game, the over 7.5 runs is better than the over 9 runs. And with that better number, it always means less odds. For example, the over 9 runs is minus 105, while the over 7.5 runs is minus 200. All right, there you have it, everybody. That was the parlay of the day. Thank you so much for watching. Good luck betting today, especially if you're trailing our bets. And just remember, winners never quit. Miss 100% of the shots you don't take, and one good parlay can make your day. All right, and we'll be back tomorrow with another video and another parlay of the day.